Great question I received about when does the correlation between the project constraint and the risk log actually happen. So in project management, the constraint is going to be your scope, schedule, cost, right? And think about the risk as those uncertainties that are just bumping up against those constraints. So when do the two connect? Well, this actually begins in the initiating phase when the project charter is being developed, right? They start to identify the first initial type of risk to the project, but it's really going to start in the planning phase. The planning phase is where the project manager is going to conduct, whether it be like a workshop or some type of a meeting where they're going to bring the stakeholders and the project team together, and it's going to be a collaborative effort, and they're going to identify project risks. And real quickly, what is a project risk? A probable event that, if it occurs, will negatively or positively affect one or more project constraints. A risk can affect the project team's ability to deliver the value for which the project was chartered and meet the agreed upon budget, schedule, and quality requirements. Risks that are identified are then going to be put into this risk register to capture its probability, the impact, and your response strategy. So, for example, you're building a house and someone on the team might call out a risk and say the vendor can't deliver lumber on time. That threatens both schedule and cost. Well, that is something that you would add to the risk register. So, for the risk event description right here, it is vendor is unable to perform the work due to shortage in lumber. Okay, well, what does that impact or the consequence look like? Well, delay in project schedule and potential increase in cost. And then when we look at the actual risk trigger, well, this is a global supply chain disruption affecting lumber availability, right? Then you also have to list out and capture the probability of this happening, the impact, and your response strategy, right? And here we are looking to mitigate this. And how are we going to mitigate that? Well, we are going to identify backup vendors, right? We need to allocate contingency funds, possibly, right? If the cost of lumber might increase because of the shortage, right? So we got to be thinking about that too. And we also have to explore alternative materials. Once all the risks have been identified and entered into the risk register, well, then the risk register then becomes your playbook, right? That's what's going to help you to protect your constraints. Well, that's the link between the constraint and the risk log. I hope that was helpful. And if you have other questions, drop those in the comments. And if it was helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, share, and follow for more project management tips. Thanks.